Hurry up, Siri. We're going to be late.
As far as I know, the correct translation of Meliora is the pursuit of something better and more grand. And thematically, the album is supposed to represent some sort of dystopic, futuristic view, which in a way is quite contemporary, you know, with this super urban landscape and great like urbanizations, and usually in the Western world at least, our urbanization, when we come together, we have a tendency to sort of dismiss God a little. So therefore the whole perspective in the songs is a little bit like, what if the cat was out of the house, the mice dances on the table, and what that void sort of usually initiates in our thinking. The title is more ironic because if you look at the front cover, it's a very dark and it's actually quite somber. So you might as well put a little question mark after Meliora. Better? Is this better? What we're doing? Obviously, in the shadow of everything that's going on right now, I think it's a very valid question. The biggest bands around at that point was like Twisted Sister, Wasp, Mötley Crüe, and Kiss was like the first record that I got. So, which nowadays, obviously, I can look back on that feeling that, oh, very little changed. We also turned into be one of those like theatrical rock bands, and we don't look like Kiss, so we do not look like Twisted Sister, but the expression is very similar. However, musically, ever since then, we have broadened a lot. Kiss is a very big reason for myself finding music, or finding the music that I gravitated towards. But it's not like I put on Kiss just to find inspiration nowadays. I think the song is called Crazy Right Now, right? It's Beyonce, yeah, because I was like, Shakira, it's not, it's Beyonce. That song for me is not my favorite, especially not my favorite Beyonce song. I think she has done better, but I mean, it's definitely a strong. You got me so crazy, baby. It is a very, very important ingredient in, I guess, the human psyche. The whole idea of trying to understand if there is a God or not. And part of me, the intellectual self, can argue and say that there is a great chance or risk that our idea of a soul, or God, or a greater being, might just be a substance in our brain. I don't want it to be like that. I'm a very imaginative person with a big sort of emotional life, and I've always lived, through music and film and literature, in a sort of a dreamy world where I just always have had the feeling that there must be something greater that we cannot explain. ABBA, Dancing Queen.
The best band from Sweden?
If you consider from all angles, yes, obviously. From a songwriting point of view, listening through just a best of album that they, that they're the classic ones like ABBA Gold. It is absolutely, you cannot but just bow before the creativity they had at that point. It is almost hard to understand that. I mean, there are a lot of artists and there are a lot of songwriters that have done one song that has, made their whole life. A few people have like 2, 3, 4. I mean, whereas they wrote, most songwriters in the whole world, including also the bands and obviously the listeners, can agree that this is absolutely one of the best written songs in the whole world. And they're up there with, Beatles and the great masters. From a Swedish point of view, they are very important because they were Swedish mentality traditionally is very sort of Protestant. Like, don't break out. You cannot think don't think that you are someone. It is supposed to be very you have a composure and you have to be quiet. And overall, I think that before ABBA, I think that no one would ever believe that there would be an artist or a band breaking out of Sweden.